Hey guys, so I wanted to do this video on perfectionism or an element of that. Just because I've had a couple of conversations lately with a few people and it just seems like it keeps coming up, these questions. And I thought if it keeps coming up, maybe it's worth doing a video on. Because it's something I definitely resonate with personally, and I'm hoping that it resonates with other people. But essentially, the question that kept coming up, or the thought pattern, is this idea of, if we're wanting to be in, we're wanting to do our job, or we're in a leadership role, or we are wanting to take on a new venture in a lead role, or we will be teaching or coaching or guiding, or we're going to have people learning from us. There's this sense of being, but if, I feel like I'm not perfect at it, or I'm still learning, I still mess up, and there's this need to kind of feel like, well, can I really be in that role if I am not perfect and I'm failing? If I'm failing and messing up myself, or I don't feel like I'm 100%, then is it okay for me to really be in that role? And I guess it's so funny because this is our human nature to be like this imposter syndrome, this feeling of like, we're not perfect, and is it really okay for me to be in that role if I'm not perfect at it? And I guess the thing is that life isn't this point A to point B situation. It's not kind of like we either can't do something or then we can and we're perfect and we never mess up. It just doesn't work like that. And I guess when I think about it in terms of what I do, and this is kind of the example that I used with these people, was, in the line of work that I do in mentoring and working with people and kind of being a guide in a sense of, personal growth and our own journey. If I wasn't transparent with people about the ups and the downs that I still experience, the challenges, the times where I fail or I make mistakes, or, there's days where I feel like I can't get out of bed, I don't want to get out of bed, or, I eat too much, or I'm stressed, or I feel overwhelmed, or, whatever it is. If I'm not transparent about the fact that these things still happen for me, if I don't make that clear, then the people who I interact with would then have a sense that if that stuff's happening for them, then they're failing, and it's not like they're still needing to get to this perfection thing that that I'm kind of exhibiting. If I'm saying I'm perfect and I'm not experiencing any of those things, then it does a disservice to the people that I'm trying to help, because it's making them feel like if any of that stuff's happening, they're failing or struggling or making mistakes, then they're not made it, they're not doing a good job, that they're not okay, that they're not doing life right. And it's not true. This is the thing. Life is a journey. It's not an A to B. It's a journey, and there's ups and there's downs, and we make mistakes. That's how we grow. We will always have challenges, and we have to just be real about that. So if you're in a role where you feel like, I feel like a bit of a fraud, or people are going to find out that, I mess up and I can't mess up, and we're feeling like that, the best thing that you can do is be authentic and real about that, because at the end of the day, it funnels down. So it's going to help the people that you're trying to help so much more if you can be real and honest and authentic about the fact that you're in that space, but you still don't have it all together, that you still mess up, that you're not perfect, and this perfection thing doesn't exist. It's important that we all just embrace that this perfection, it doesn't exist. No one's perfect, and we don't need to be. We just need to be real. So if you're able to say, hey, I'm in this position, I'm happy, I'm still mess up and I'm not perfect, and that's fine, then hey, what does that do? It tells everyone that you're helping, like, hey, this is okay. It's fine. These are the things that happen on our journey. And it makes them feel comfortable as well. So we think that we have to be perfect to help the people that we're trying to help, but we just have to be real, because by putting on the false pretense that everything's fine, I'm perfect, I don't mess up, I don't make mistakes, then everyone we try to help has this sense that that's what they're trying to strive towards. So when they are messing up, they feel like they're failing, they're a failure, and yada yada yada. So actually it's about being real, and by you owning, I'm not perfect, I still make mistakes, I'm a human being, that is how you help those people. So you do deserve to be in that role. You should be in that role, and you are good enough to be in that role. It's just about being real, because it's your humanness that is going to help everyone you're trying to help. And that's what they'll take from that. We don't need to be perfect. That's actually how we do people a disservice, an absolute disservice. So yeah, I guess this was a big thing that kept coming up recently, and I guess I just want to bring it back to that thing of, we want this idea of like perfection or certainty or being a master at something, and when we're in that space, it's not enjoyable, because it's not true either. And we have so much more fun when we just own what's real and what's true, and say, hey, life is a journey. Life is a journey. We're always growing. We need those fails. We need those things to grow. And it's a constant thing. We're always growing. But are we enjoying ourselves while we do it? That's the main thing. Are we feeling more connected to life as we do this? Everything gives us that opportunity to grow. And if you're in that position right now where you feel like, I feel like a bit of a fraud, like, are people going to figure out that I'm not who I say I am? Own that. This is your challenge right here and right now. That's your growth mission, is just be real about it. And you'll have, what am I trying to say there? That'll be the thing that helps people. It's sort of like that. We actually help people in a different way than we think a lot of the time. So own it, and don't be afraid of it, and just be real, and forget about being perfect. Simple, right? Anyway, if you've got any questions or anything, please reach out to me, send me a message. My door's always open for chats about anything. I feel like I could do a lot more on perfection, but this is just one for you. All right, goodbye.